we're doing our She's in Motion. Ah!
The party's right here at 9:45 on a Monday.
Come to you, come to you.
Oh, have fun.
You're mine, mine, mine. It's right.
Good morning. I'm JJ with She's in Business, and we're here with Lisa of Big Heart Tea. We're down here in South City off Jefferson and Winnebago. And so you've been here since what, 2017?
Yeah.
I did some research.
That's a good memory. Oh, wow. You did
Research,
research?
girl. I did a little bit. Well, I saw you've been interviewed a few times, so I didn't want to ask like the same questions.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Thank you.
So when you started your business, I saw that you kind of were on a retreat and your mind kind of got blown. What were you doing before?
Before that, I was working in youth homelessness in Seattle,
Wow.
in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. Wow, I did not know that. What a change.
Yes, quite
So-
the change.
A little less stressful or more stressful? Different, probably. Sort of.
Yeah, see, initially I thought I still wanted to help people, but I didn't want to like internalize sort of the problems and stresses that people were having in their real lives at home.
Yeah.
And so like providing healing herbal tea seemed like a really like middle of the road way to like help people heal, but maybe not like
Take it with you.
take it with me.
And yet you're taking it with you 24/7 now. Right?
Yeah.
you never turn the work off. So how has your business grown in those years?
Let's see.
Obviously exponentially. There's a lot of boxes.
Yeah, we've grown so much. I mean, we weren't actually a business when I started. It was like kind of an art project, just having fun. And then in 2017 or 2018 we won an arts grant, and that's really when shit got real. When we started hiring employees and going out for more national accounts and doing strategic planning and stuff like that.
So you ship abroad?
We well abroad, yes, to Canada.
Okay.
But we import from all over the
up
world.
north.
Yeah, our ingredients are coming from all over the world. So,
Yeah, and I saw that you like really focus on sustainable and like lovely owners and creators of tea, and not getting your products from places that maybe aren't the best socially. Which is hard as a small business owner because it always costs more.
Yeah, and the tea industry is like very secretive and really hard to navigate. So it took a long time before we realized that it was a pretty dusty industry. And that if we were going to continue, if I was going to continue on this path, that I needed to like feel good about the ingredients that we were putting into
For sure.
our tea.
Especially being a woman and a small business owner. I mean,
Yeah, you care about everything.
yeah. And so when did you guys join forces? Has she been through the beginning, or is she?
Kunther and I joined in 2018.
Oh, so right away.
Yeah, so when we won our Arch grant, Kunther was actually a judge for Arch.
Wow, and you were like inspired by her business. Oh my gosh, what a lovely story. I know you're not mic'd, so I don't know if you can hear her, but she's saying yes. Yes. And so you guys kind of was she your first like full-time person, team member? Because you're in a lot of the photos with Lisa. So.
Yes, of course. We have sides.
Yeah.
We each have like a side that we like to be shot on.
Yep, everybody
and
does.
our sides sync up with each other, so we already knew it was like a perfect
It was meant to be.
partnership. Yeah.
It was meant to be. And she's a parent, so you guys have that going. Because that's also something that, other business owners, it's hard to, it becomes harder to relate when you're like, my kid's sick again, or this is happening. And non-parents are like, inconvenience. And
I know.
your fellow mom is like, your fellow mom is going to be like, they're saying, yeah, thank you. Yep. You caught the vomit in your hands? Yep.
Yeah.
Been there.
The Kunther is also really funny, whether or not she admits it or not.
Well, she does have 2 pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, we love that about you.
That's the minimum.
That's the 2 glass minimum.
Yeah.
When we were kind of brainstorming ideas, one thing we thought of was if you could look across at your 10-year-old self and give her like a little piece of like sage advice for entering those formative years, what would you be saying to yourself kind of in retrospect? Like what have you learned that's like one piece of like I don't care what anybody thinks, or, you know, like it can be cheesy or not cheesy.
Yeah, well, I think that that's exactly it, is that just to, like, I don't know, I feel like, especially if you're a woman in business and you're doing like a consumer product, maybe called Big Heart, and you like, your brand messaging is like kind of silly and airheady a little bit. People might not take you super seriously, even if you are, you know, running a serious business and have like some serious goals for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I think like everyone, you know, especially young girls, like have that self-confidence issue where it's just like, should I say it? Should I not say it? And lots of second guessing. But I mean, you're never gonna not second guess yourself. But I think that generally once you start doing that, you know, you should just do it. Like the question that you're asking yourself, like the answer is usually yes.
Yeah.
You should do it. Yeah.
Okay, so if you were sitting across from a woman who was about to start her own business, what's like one big piece of advice you'd give her as she took that step?
Yeah. I would say study and watch and observe the men business people in the room, their body composure, their diction, the way that they speak, and just like the questions that they're asking. I do a lot of standing with my legs apart. I put my hands in my pockets and try and do lots of like power positions, especially like when I'm in talking to bankers or potential investors.
Whoa, I don't think I get it. So there's no pockets in pants for women, though.
Yeah.
So like this.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, there is like a common like sort of submissive, passive position that a lot of women do when they're feeling uncomfortable, which is like to cross their arms like this, or maybe hunch their shoulders, or like pigeon their feet a little bit. So you definitely
do the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
you're right though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to do this on one hip.
Yeah. Feet,
What is that?
hip width apart.
Okay.
And then
Strong.
shoulders back, and then head up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like people, as soon as you started like doing that, people take you more seriously? They're like, she knows what she's talking about.
I don't think anybody takes me seriously. But at least I feel more confident. I feel like when you, it's all about how you feel about how people are perceiving you. And so it definitely helps, and it actually helps clear your air pathways so that you have like a more power in your voice as well.
Man, that's great advice.
Yeah. So one of my favorite quotes is, well, do you know Cheryl Watkins Moore?
No.
You
Is
should
she local?
put her on your list.
Is she
can.
local?
She's yeah, she's local.
Yeah.
She is such a badass. But she told us, she was like, well, I heard her speak when I was like 8 months pregnant at like a women's entrepreneurship thing where I like, you know, was like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Like, my life is in Vietnam, whatever. And she said that she was like, the difference that she sees between women and men entrepreneurs is that like a man entrepreneur will have an idea, he'll go home, he'll write all his ideas on a napkin, he'll email like 3 key people that he knows that are decision makers that evening before he goes to bed. In the morning he'll have replies to those emails, and then he'll have meetings the next week to pitch a concept that is like pre-seed, pre-anything. And then the difference is that as women, we tend to overthink and overplan.
Emotional investments.
Yeah, like, is it worth my time? Like, let me make a pros and cons list. And then maybe 5 months later, maybe a year later, maybe you'll decide yes or no to do it. And so I guess that was sort of like a really sort of foundational piece of advice that I got pretty early on in my career, was just to like, do it. Like, just take a risk. Don't overthink it. And maybe don't ask anybody for advice.
The one piece of advice, don't ask for advice.
Because everybody has advice for you. And
just like naming your child.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have something to say.
Yeah.
But once you do it, they're going to be excited for you.
Yeah.
That's a really good piece of advice. I
Yeah.
love that. Just dive in.
Yeah.
And be okay with falling sometimes. You know, because men do it all the time.
Yeah, you'll be making lots of mistakes.
I love that you were like, I wanted to get out of this to get into a normalized schedule, and you're like, and then I'm just thinking about the shop 24/7, everything that goes on it. It's so true for small business owners. It's hard to shut that off. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been exciting.
Thanks for thinking of us.
Yeah.
It's right now. Why are you hiding? Tell me what must I do?
JJ killed it! She did such a good job.
Oh, well, Lisa made it really easy. She was very fun to interview.
You did amazing. Okay.
This is a very steep driveway. Yeah.
It was our first one. I think we've already reiterated that many times, but.
And I liked her feedback. That was like, you asked me questions that nobody else has asked me.
Which is
That was
great.
good instant feedback.
You're like, yes. Instant validation.
I knew we were going in a good direction. Yeah, she was so sweet.
They were all
so kind.
so nice.
Yeah.
And they hand package everything, which to me is wild.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a labor of love right there.
Oh my gosh. Well, and the hot tea they made when we were there,
It smelled so good in
it
there.
was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I smell like my clothes
I
still
do.
smell like
I
it.
smell like tea perfume. We should perfume that up.
We're getting lunch also. We're treating ourselves.
Treat yourself. All right, let's see if we can end it on a good song now.
Oh, both of us at the same time.
I thought it was gonna be Nelly again. That would have been really good. All right. Goodbye.
Tell me what must I do? Come to you, come to you.